Hey y'all, so today I'm going to show you how to do an ombre style hair with bleaching it, and then I'm going to take and using this here, the Splat hair color kit here that has the bleach and the color in it, and it's the Aqua Rush blue color, bright blue color. Since I have dark hair, as you can tell, I'm going to use the bleach first, and I'm going to do an ombre effect on the bottom portion of my hair. I'm making light blonde, as blonde as I can get it on the ends, and then slightly darker as I go up. And since my hair is pretty long, as you can see, obviously if I screw it up, I can just cut my hair off because it needs a haircut anyway. So first off, in starting this, obviously you want an old t-shirt. So I got an old t-shirt and a towel that you don't care if it gets nasty or not. And I personally like to color my hair when it's oily. So my hair is a little nasty looking right now. It's oily because I figure, hey, why do your hair coloring right after it's been washed? Because you just washed it. Why not do it when it's oily, because then you know it needs washed anyway, and you can wash it when you do the coloring, so hey, you know. So anyway, today I'm just going to be using the Splat here in the, the Aqua Rush, this color. I'm going to be using some aluminum foil to help with the ombre in between, so let's get started. Now next I've taken and I've ripped some pieces of foil here, various sizes, into like pieces that I believe I will probably need based on how far up I'm going to do in the ombre process. Okay, now next is the messy part. You gotta take the little Splat lightning little bleach stuff here. And then you've got to take the Splat oxide bottle, and you got to open this, make sure you point it away from you, and then mixed in the lightning bleach. Like cut like a little bit off the corner and pour it in. Because this is really messy because you don't have like any funnel or anything, and it's just in this. And I've used the Splat coloring kits before, and this gets a little difficult to try to get this powder stuff here into the bottle. So anyway, that is the next part. But also you've got the little point topper little thingy here that you put on the oxide bottle after you mix all the bleaching stuff. And you just need to cut the tip off, just a little bit off of it, so that you can squirt out through it with the stuff. So anyway, go ahead and do that. As you can see, I've cut a hole through the end of the little nozzle thingy here now. So we got that part done. Now, as you can see here, this process got a little messy. When putting this lightning bleach stuff into the bottle of oxide here. Okay, so first up, as you can see, I put the bleach on the ends of my hair. And I'll leave that on there for a few minutes. You gotta make sure you get it nice and worked in there so that it's all around on all the strands. And just wait for a little while on that, and keep checking it every 10 minutes. Okay, so now as you can see, I've got the foil I put over my hair while I wait 10 minutes here. Just take the foil and wrap it around the area that you got covered with the bleach, and just a little bit overlapping on top of that, and just kind of fold it up on there, and it just stays on its own, as you can see. Hey y'all, so I've actually taken and waited a few days since the last step of doing the ombre style, where bleaching the ends, because I wanted to try this hairstyle out for a while, so I actually waited a few days. But now I've decided I'm ready for it. My ends to turn blue. So I shall show you how I continue on with doing the blue dip dye. But this right here is what you would call the ombre effect hairstyle, where you bleach the ends and you kind of do it gradually to kind of make a little bit of a difference. Cause like, let's see here. Okay, this here is a slightly better portion. I'm not sure if the camera is going to pick it up as well, but as you can see, I didn't let it go like super blonde. This was on for like an hour, which is the most you should have bleach on your hair, because you can really do some serious damage, making it really brittle and stuff. So I actually just left it at this, which not sure if the camera can show it up, but this is actually kind of like a orangish blonde, kind of a ginger type color here. But on the ends here, from like here to here, it's like the orangish blonde going on, or ginger color some might call. And then if you look slightly up here, not sure if the camera is going to show it up too well, but it actually kind of is a slight bit darker, because I started with letting it on my ends first, the bleach, and keeping it there the longest, and I didn't have bleach on this portion as much. So as you can tell, if the camera will show it up, you can gradually see from my dark brown to a kind of a brownish orange, and then the blondish orange, if the camera will show that up. But anyway, that's how it ended up. So anyway, I shall show you how I proceed on and do the blue dip dye. Okay, so now obviously I still have to change into a old shirt that I don't mind anything getting on, but this time, instead of using a towel, just to mix things up a little bit, and just because the dye really can stain really bad. Of course, the blues could stain too, but the dye is really gonna do some staining if you get it on anything. Whether it be your skin or your clothes or what, it's gonna stain pretty bad. So, I've taken this trash bag, as you can see here, and I've cut a hole here in the middle on this far side over there, right here. Woo! See if you can see it here. I've cut a hole in the middle, and I'm going to take this trash bag and I'm going to put it over myself like a cape, and this will help keep the hair color from staining my shirt and what have you, and it just makes things a little easier. So anyway, I've got the bag I'm going to put on here in a bit as soon as I change my shirt. Okay, so now I've taken and put this little trash bag on, as you can see. Also, I forgot to mention that I cut out holes for the arms to go through, besides just the neck hole here in the bag. So anyway, now we're ready to proceed on and do the coloring. And also, for anyone that might want to know, the splat instructions for dyeing and all that stuff with the splat hair color that I got, it has very good instructions here for you if you don't know how to bleach your hair and color your hair and all that. It's all right here. Also shows you some suggested hairstyles, all that good stuff. So anyway, now I'm going to proceed on with the blue that I'm going to be using on the ends of my hair. So anyway, first off, after this, obviously you want to put on some gloves, because otherwise the dye will very much stain your hands, and you will have blue hands, obviously, since I'm using blue hair color, and you'll look like a Smurf or something. So anyway, use the gloves. Okay, so now y'all got my gloves on, and also, by the way, you need to cut the tip of your little collar bottle here. You remove the little twist on cap and you put this tip on for applying. And so obviously you need to cut the hole in the end so you can squeeze it out of the bottle. And so anyway, this is the blue splat color we're going here with. It's called Aqua Rush. It's supposed to be like a very vibrant looking blue apparently. So we will see how blue it ends up looking on my hair. Now if you want the color to end up looking super vibrant like it appears on the box, obviously you would have wanted to go super blondish, but since I did not want my hair to get too super brittle or anything and leave the bleach on for too very long, I just left at it with this ginger type orangish blonde color going on here. So anyway, I'm going to start off using the color. Best way to get the color really good is to take and section your hair off while you work, and only do like little pieces at a time, and make sure you get it very nice and all over it, all the way up, slightly past your line where you started bleaching at, so that way it kind of blends in with your natural hair color really well. But do it very nice and thoroughly, covering each portion as you work all the way across it. Make sure you get the back and all the way up and down here up to your natural hair color. Yeah. So that way you don't just end up with it being on the front portion or any of that. You want to make sure you get it nice and very generously covered. Otherwise you might have like well, for me, for example, the ginger type color shown. And since I want it all to be blue, obviously I want it to be coated very well with the color here. So anyway, I shall do that and get back with you. Okay, so now, as you can see, we've gotten to a very messy part here. Turning like all Smurfy blue and everything. I've got a little bit on my neck, but who gives a crap? It'll wash off eventually anyway, so it will. But take and, like I'm doing right here, I've done the different the little sections and what have you, and worked it in pretty good. And then I've taken and put even more on it and kind of worked it together, all up and down here, working it together. And now I'm taking and making sure I get up in there, and I kind of like just sweep my hands through it like such. And you gotta like really like fold this all around and everything to make sure you've covered all of your bleached portion. And also make sure your hair is all pulled nice and tight down, and none's like behind your neck up here or anything. So that way you don't like have it some random bleached piece that didn't get blue on it. And just do like I'm doing right here. Just take and run your fingers through it, kind of like you're brushing it out, and just look through it really good to see if there's any other spots that you've missed. And then occasionally kind of just work it back together. And then like just kind of brush your hands through it some more. And I've just done this for a good while now to make sure it's just worked in really good, and it's going to cover every hair strand really, really good. So just keep working it, working it, working it. Yeah.